45 days of selling $72,000 in profit. These are the economics of seasonal farming.
I'm 23. Why would I want to go away to school and get some degree in something that I don't know if I'm going to ever get a job in it when I love farming and I love pumpkins?
While his friends chased degrees, Joel built a business empire in pumpkins. Spring, one afternoon of planting. Summer, occasional weeding. Fall, 6 weeks of intensity.
It's pretty minimal to grow the pumpkins. And if you do it well and the weather cooperates and everything, they're not terribly difficult to grow. It's really only busy in the fall because in the spring, you spend an afternoon disking and cultivating the field and getting it ready to plant. And then you plant for a few hours with the kids, and that's fun and that's great. And then during the summer, it's a lot of work to get rid of the weeds, but it's a necessary job, which we do sometimes. We like to keep the weeds down in the field. It just makes the pumpkins better. But it's not a ton of work. Once they're planted and growing, it's not a lot of work until the fall time. I'm just thinking of the bigger expenses here. So the fertilizer, the spray, the seeds, those are really the three big things. So the seeds themselves are expensive, $2,000. The fertilizer, $1,000, that's $3,000. Then the pesticides, another $2,000 all in.
That's $5,000 over 11 acres or per acre?
Yeah, over 11 acres. That's everything. Like the seeds will be planted for that cost. The fertilizer and the pesticides are sprayed for that cost. A company comes and sprays them for us. So that's all work that's just done. Those are the costs for them. There's the rent. Like those are fixed costs that we have every year. All in for fixed costs, usually it's between $8,000 to $10,000 to run the stands and everything.
$10,000 in, $82,000 out. Let's break down the math.
One of the good ones last year might have sold $14,000, and a slower stand might have sold $3,000. So obviously the bigger stand is going to take way more pumpkins.
Even the worst stands covered his costs. The best ones, pure profit.
We usually actually get a lot of neighbors' kids, a lot of friends to come out for one afternoon. If we get enough people, we have a little barbecue, order some pizza, and have a little planting party. And it takes probably 3 or 4 hours to plant all the pumpkins, which is a pretty economical way to do it because we don't actually pay everybody. Everybody likes to come out and work on the farm for a couple hours. They get a good meal, and that's it.
Labor cost, pizza, and friendship. Business schools don't teach this stuff.
Per acre, we usually get about 1,500 or 2,000 plants. So then we are hoping for let's get a pumpkin per plant, but it doesn't always work out. And then there's a lot of stuff like the weather that will impact how many pumpkins you get. Or if it's a super dry one, you're going to get more little pumpkins and fewer big pumpkins. So then it looks like you're growing more pumpkins, but you're just getting a million little tiny pumpkins. I would rather get bigger pumpkins. You can sell them for more money. So there's just so many variables that come into play to determine how many pumpkins you get per acre. But they would say if you get a pumpkin per plant, that would be great.
Simple crop, simple math, extraordinary margins.
On our farm, we do like to plant more than we think we need, but we've always run out. But you always think you're going to have a ton left over. And then come those last 3-4 days of the season, it's unbelievable how many sales. Almost a third of the entire season sales come in the last 3 or 4 days before Halloween.
$27,000 in 3 days. Every pumpkin gone.
Around grade 12 or my first year after for post-secondary school, I took a year off, and that's where we started to really expand. So we weren't very big for many years. just going with the status quo. And then after I took a year off, that was about the year that we really started to sell a lot. And I think at that point, I was like, we've got more stands now. We've got good locations. Why would I want to go away to school and get some degree in something that I don't know if I'm going to ever get a job in it when I love farming and I love pumpkins? And I'm going to lose all my customers, lose all my locations. So at that point, I decided, okay, I'm going to stay nearby and keep doing pumpkins.
His classmates accumulated debt. Joel built wealth.
I'm in growth mode. There's another road around here that I'm definitely targeting. We have an idea of where we could put a spot. So we're definitely still in growth mode. And I think if it came down to it, when we have maxed out what we can handle, then I think at that point we would consider getting rid of those smaller stands to focus on the bigger stands. If we could have all of our stands make $10,000, $12,000, then that would be great. And we're slowly getting towards that. But yeah, we're definitely in growth mode looking for more bigger stands. So we target the bigger roads. If I could hit 100,000 in sales, that would be great. We'll see what happens.
From $2,000 at age 8 to $100,000 at age 23. The growth curve was amazing, and there's no ceiling in sight.
It is my job and it's my source of income, but I do have a lot of other time in the year as well. So I'll fill my time some way. I'm not too worried about that. Also, it's good to have something else going as well because let's say the weather just doesn't cooperate and the pumpkin crop is a flop, then I've still got a lot of other time in the year that I can be working, which is helpful.
45 days of intensity, 320 days of possibility.
There's no easy access for me to get into large scale farming in our area. The land is expensive, just everything is expensive. So this pumpkin business, it's actually been a way for me to get into the farming world, which is something that I love. I've loved farming, just wanting to have my own farm. This has been my way in. Being able to keep it going after high school finished and into university, it's been a great little business. And now it is my way of contributing in the farming world.
He didn't compete with big farms. He invented a different game.
I wouldn't be expecting the first year you grow pumpkins, you're going to sell $50,000 worth of pumpkins. There is no get rich quick scheme, and the pumpkins, it's no exception to that. There's definitely still work involved. It's just, you got to work for it.
$72,000 in profit, 45 days of sales, one radical idea that seasonal can be year-round every time. Thanks for watching this video with farmer Joel Conrad. If you want to hear the extended full-length interview, you can do so using the link in the description below. Thanks for watching our video. If you want more, stay tuned right here on Modern Grower. But until then, as always, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.